Hey everybody. Uh-oh, let me switch the screen. There we go. I think we're good now. Hello, hello. How is it going? So glad that you're here on the Victoria Marie Wednesday Live. You're on the Victoria Marie YouTube channel. So glad that you're here today and hang out for the next hour and talk about October Daily. And I'm also going to show you my holiday cart, which is something that I set up last year. If you were following me on the socials, I think I may have done a video about it. I can't remember. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna do a quick little tour of the cart. If you're a part of the Victoria Marie Patreon membership community, then you got a behind the scenes look at the cart, as well as look at my process of setting it up and the materials that I'm using and all that good stuff. So if you're a patron, go check that out. If you're not, there is a link in the description. You can join and get access to exclusive content like that. And of course, I always appreciate your support. All right, before we get started today, make sure you thumbs up this live. Let YouTube know that you are enjoying the content that you're seeing here live. And make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you as a subscriber here on the Victoria Marie YouTube channel, where I post scrapbooking content and whatnot. And of course, I also go live once a week on Wednesday. Let me see who's all here. Make sure you are saying hello in the chat. Let me know that you're here. Hello, Emma. How's it going? And Sarah, Carol, Kathy, Rudy, Millie, Susie, Mary. Hello. Hello. I'm so glad that you're here. The comments are kind of delayed, so if I don't see your name, don't worry. Hello. So glad you're here. We're going to hang out for a couple of minutes just so folks can pop on. How are you doing today? Let me know in the chat section. How are you doing today? And then also let me know if you are going to be participating in October Daily. For those who are not familiar with that, October Daily was inspired by December Daily. I'm not quite sure who first did October Daily. It's not really like an official thing. It's just like a scrapbooking idea. I want to say Paige Evans maybe originated the idea of October Daily. I know there's a lot of people who enjoy October, enjoy Halloween, enjoy fall, and want a way to be able to document those memories in a scrapbooking project. So I'm assuming that's where October Daily was coined, inspired by December Daily by Allie Edwards. October Daily is not something that Allie does. She does December Daily. I think October Daily just kind of floats around in our community and has kind of gained some traction over the years. So let me know, do you participate in October Daily, or is this the time of year that you enjoy scrapbooking? What type of projects do you like to work on? Post that in the chat section. Hello, everyone who's just joined us. I'm so glad you're here. So glad that you're here. If I'm not seeing your comment, don't worry. The comments are delayed in the chat, so it may take a minute for me to see it. Hello, ho, ho. Let me know if you participate in an October Daily project or some type of memory keeping project this time of year. Or do you just make regular scrapbook pages that you put into your albums? Emma says, yep, hoping to get mine done in a timely manner this time around. Absolutely. Now, I will talk about today that a daily project, whether it's any type of project, it doesn't have to be December Daily or October Daily, but any type of project that's called daily doesn't necessarily have to be daily. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my process, my album, and then also my holiday cart too. But I do want to underscore that it doesn't have to be daily. Hey, Dee Dee, what's going on? Hey, Gail. Gail says, I'm doing October, not quite daily. Me too. Me too. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get started. I've got a little bit past 2 o'clock. Let me know in the comment section, are you working on something? Sandra says, fall daily could include Halloween and Thanksgiving, would be a good idea. Absolutely. You could turn that into fall daily, October daily, autumn daily, whatever daily you want to do. You can definitely create that project and make it work for you. Gidget Gets Crafty says, happy Wednesday. Hello, happy Wednesday to you. She says, I'm giving October not quite daily. I'm just going to make pages when I feel like it. That's my plan too. Sarah says, no October Daily for me, but I enjoy seeing everyone's projects. Emma says, yep, mine is going to be highlights. Yeah, definitely highlights. I think it takes the pressure off of you when you approach a project that works best for you. So whether that's doing a fall, autumn, October Daily project or December Daily, or maybe there's another one in November that's been popular or some versions of it regarding gratitude, like 30 days of gratitude or something like that, that some people like to do. And there's prompts that are out there. You can do a quick Google search, it'll probably lead you to it. But the idea, at least for me with these types of projects, is to document the highlights. Now for December Daily, I usually will do daily up until the 25th. And then after the 25th, I'm like done with it. But for this particular project, it's not going to be quite daily for me. Barb says, not October Daily for me. Elizabeth says, I like when they call it occasionally. Absolutely. It is less pressure. Definitely. I think that daily part is what trips people up. Alrighty, so I have my album here, which I will be showing you here in just a second. But I decided very, very, very last minute. I guess it's not last minute. You can do these projects whenever you want. But I decided that I wanted to do some type of fall project just to sort of usher in the change of seasons and going into my favorite part of the year, which is the fall and Christmas holiday. Absolutely love it. Christmas is my favorite holiday. And then I think Thanksgiving is probably maybe a close second after that, but this whole entire fall, autumn season is usually second to Christmas for me. Absolutely love it. In fact, this weekend I'm going to get all my fall decor out. I'm a little behind in getting it out because usually I like to do it towards the middle of September. But we had an air conditioning debacle, which if you've been following me on social media, has been resolved and we have air. It's a long story, but needless to say, it was incredibly insane. But we were able to hire a new company and they're fabulous. So we got it done. All that to say, I didn't decorate in September like I normally do. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get the stuff out. The house is nice and cool. I'm less stressed. Let's go ahead and do this thing. So I'm really, really excited. I was going to do it last weekend, but then we got busy with stuff. So I'm going to do it this weekend. And then I thought, I really want to do a scrapbooking project, that's more fall, autumn themed. It's something that I hadn't done before. And I realized that we do a lot of things, my family and I, between the month of October and November that I think would work very well for this type of project. Just some of our traditions, things that we like to try that are new, our Halloween costumes. I love trick-or-treaters. That's like my favorite thing is to have the kids come by and grown kids too, to come get candy and to dress up and to, chat with people in the neighborhood. That was one of the things I was super excited about when I became a new homeowner 3 years ago, was to decorate my house and receive trick-or-treaters. And then of course take my own kid trick-or-treating. So there's things like my daughter and I like to go to Cheesecake Factory and get our first pumpkin cheesecake slice of the year. It's a whole thing. Or my graphic tees that I like to wear this year. I don't have one on today, but my Halloween and fall graphic tees. I love, love, love buying new ones every year. And I share with my friends on Facebook the different t-shirts that I got. Or my Thanksgiving muggies that I love to get, my coffee cups. I am obsessed with coffee cups. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm always showing a cup of something, a mug. But I love themed cups. And so that's one thing that we do. We always usually on Halloween night either get pizza or corn dogs from Sonic. So that's been long standing since my kid was old enough to eat a corn dog. We would get corn dogs from Sonic. Usually they'll do like half price corn dogs on Halloween night. So we'll go and get a whole bunch of corn dogs and have that for dinner. Also just some of the festivals and things that are going around town. Like we have a fall festival in a town that's not too far from us. We're going to go apple picking for the first time ever. We're going to go to the pumpkin patch, the Dallas Arboretum. There's all these things that we do this time of year that I don't always document. And so I decided very last minute, I'm going to do an October daily project and just something fun and light to do to use up some of the materials that I have, which I'm going to talk about here in just a second. And just to have a different project to kind of work on and see if I like it and see if it's going to become a part of my storytelling journey. And I will do the same thing come December Daily, so stay tuned for that. I'll be prepping for that. I think boxes shipped out if you order from Allie Edwards. If you're doing using her product, boxes should be shipping pretty soon. So we should have product sometime this month. So I'll be filming what I purchased and all that in my plans for December Daily later. But for October Daily, the whole idea is for me to just have fun and to document these stories and maybe play a little bit with some technique and design and let it be what it is. So here's my approach to this project. Number one, it's not going to be daily because honestly, I spend a lot of my time here at home, working and homeschooling. We're trying not to go too many places because the pandemic is still a concern for us. So we're really careful with where we go and making sure it's safe. A lot of things that we want to do this holiday season are going to be outdoors, which is great, versus indoor stuff. So I don't really get out and about that much during the week other than running errands or taking my kids to the park or doing some homeschool thing. So I just want this project to be focused on the fun things that we do, not necessarily kind of the day-to-day. I have my Project Life album for the day-to-day stuff, but this project is just going to be the highlights. And what that does is it takes the stress off of trying to figure out what story you want to document. Now, there are some fabulous designers out there who have created prompts like October Daily prompts that are super fun if you're looking to do something different and want to shake up your storytelling a little bit. I'm definitely in that category, so I may use some of those prompts, may not, who knows, but it really is just whatever I feel like this month. I'm not trying to put too much pressure on myself. I just want to have fun and document stories and do fun things in this album. So that's my approach to this project. Let me go to the comments real quick. Barb says, I plan to make cards and layouts. Sarah says, you could have made an entire daily album just on the AC saga. I know. Oh my God, that was insane. Madeline says, I love October. Me too. Me too. Sarah says, but some things you just want to forget. I do want to forget. It's not over yet because I'm in the process of complaining to various different entities. I don't think anything will be done, but I have to put it out there. All right, folks. So let me show you the album, and then I want to show you my holiday cart. That's going to be number 2. And then I'll come back to the album, and actually, you know what? Let's do the holiday cart first, and then I'll come to the album. I'll show you the album setup, and then maybe I'll work on a couple of little pages that I've kind of gotten started. So last year I set up a holiday cart. Loved it, loved it. I needed a central place where I could take all of my holiday themed items and set them up on a cart that I can just wheel over to my craft desk or my craft island. I have a standing craft island. And I can work on these items. And then when I'm done working on those projects, I can just roll it away. In the past, I used an iris container, those like 13 by 13 or 12 by 12 iris containers that I would put my holiday stuff in and various other things. And what I found was that it just wasn't easy for me to visually see everything that I have to work with my holiday projects. And so I decided to make a cart. And I made one for the Christmas season that housed my December daily products. So if you've been following me since that time, then you probably saw the cart. Well, since then, that cart has been adopted by my daughter. Now the cart, the physical cart itself, is now being used in her room. So this year I decided to go smaller. I went to Michael's and purchased one of their carts, a white cart. And my plan is to only put the items for the projects that I'm working on the cart. So for example, for December Daily, I have 3 albums I need to finish, but I also want to work on my 2021 album. I'm only going to load the cart with the products that I'm using this year for my 2021 project. And then I'll refresh as I am working on the other projects. For October, it's all decked out for Halloween, and it will transition a little bit more to fall come November. So let me show you what this looks like. I'm going to attempt to do a little bit of movie magic, and it's going to be a hot mess, but that's okay. Bear with me. I'm going to transition to my iPhone, and once that pops up, when I see it on the screen, because there's a slight delay, I'm going to unmount my iPhone, and I'm going to show you my cart. So hold on. I got to see that it's on the main screen. There we go. Let me see how I can do this. So, let me see how I can do this. This is me trying to figure out the whole tech thing. I'm going to move my laptop. I got all these things plugged up. And my secondary source here. Let me see if that'll work. Okay, let's see. Okay, good. We can see it. We can see it. Madeline said, what was the AC saga? Oh my goodness. So our air conditioning went out in the month of September. And what ended up happening is we went through our home warranty program, and the tech that they sent out misdiagnosed the issue. And then we were going around and around trying to get the part that we needed for the misdiagnosed issue, which was a compressor, is what they said originally, but that it ended up not being the compressor. So after several weeks of phone calls and going back and forth and not being able to use our air conditioner for a month and having to stay at a hotel for several days and everything in between and buying portable air conditioners, we ended up hiring another company. And when they diagnosed the problem, they said it was our capacitor, not our compressor. So for a whole month, we went without air and a misdiagnosed issue, and a warranty company who wouldn't honor the contract by saying that the part we needed was under warranty, so therefore they couldn't replace it, which is a lie. So anyway, all in all, it was our capacitor that ended up being bad, that ended up being the issue, not our compressor. It was a $300 fix, and now we have air. So long story short, that's what happened. Crazy. Alrighty, so we have the Halloween cart in all of its glory. I did post links to the cart, which is from Michaels, by the way. This is from Michaels. It is a part of their, what is that brand called? Simply Tidy. I think that's what it's called, Simply Tidy. And then I bought some inserts as well, which you'll see on the second tier. That's also from Simply Tidy, from Michaels. And then the little bats that are on the cart, that's from American Crafts. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to see how best I can do this. I have to keep my phone plugged into my laptop so that it can stream. So here is the holiday cart. And the ideal here is that I have everything that I'm going to need and use for this particular project all in one spot. So this is a 3-tiered cart. The top organizer that you see here is from IKEA. And I don't know if they carry this or not. I think it was called like Fajala or something like that. I don't know. I always get the IKEA names wrong. Let me move this over. But it's a tiered organizer. And at the top of the organizer, I have my 12x12 papers. I also have some thicker stickers, some sticker sheets from various companies. By the way, everything that I'm using for this project is all from my stash. I didn't purchase anything new other than the cart and these organizers that are here on the second tier, okay? So I have papers from various manufacturers. Some of these are actually super old. Like, I've had this forever. But I love it because it's orange and I think it works well. I have some paper person stuff. I got all kinds of things up there. So all the papers and such go up here. And it fits 12x12 papers with some room to spare. And then, of course, all the stickers. I also have my 6x6 paper pads, which are perfect for the type of project that I'm doing because it's pockets. And then also some 6x8 paper pads as well. Again, perfect for the size project that I'm working on. Got some LE Studio stuff, just things I've had in my stash for a while. I just went ahead and pulled it and put all that stuff there. Then here I've got some more just journaling things. This is from LE Studio. I also have some puffy stickers, just a bunch of stuff that I hadn't used. I got these candy corn alphas from LE Studio. They sold these last year. I don't think they're still available. I also have some sticker sheets, some Kelly Perky from Paper Person, some other letter sticker sheets, those types of things there. Over here, I have some phrase stickers, Paper Person, LE Studio, Ali Edwards, just kind of a whole little combination of various different manufacturers. I got some pebbles. Oh, these puppy stickers over here. Look at these cute little spiders. They're so cute. I got those last year for a project that I did. So those are going to go there for puppy stickers. Then I also have some stamp sets. This is one of 2 spots that I have stamp sets on this cart. So some things I just pulled from my stash. I've had this for I don't know how long. This is from Gossamer Blue. This one's Kelly Perky. I've got some Felicity. No, do I have Felicity in here? No. Not LE Studio, but Ali Edwards stamps. These came with my Stories by the Month kit, and so I pulled out the ones for October to use in this particular project. So I think there's like 2 or 3 years worth of those kit items there. Also, I pulled out some textured things and dimensional things like these acrylic pieces and such. And I just have a little assortment right there. I got these little doilies, little spider web doilies. I think someone gave this to me at a Victoria Marie scrapbook retreat, I believe, that I hosted, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago. But I thought maybe those would make an appearance in the album. And then I also have some enamel dots because if you've been with me for a while, you know I love my enamel dots. So these all came out of my stash, and I just picked out colors that I thought would go well with the color scheme for my album. Moving on down, here's my little bat. I love these bats, by the way. These bats, excuse me, let me plug in my laptop here. So these little bats are from American Crafts. This came out last year in a Halloween collection. I forget what it was called. Anyway, you can't really see it, but they're glitter bats. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. And I made little rosettes to kind of zhuzh them up a little bit using some pattern paper, just little scraps of pattern paper. And they are attached using Velcro because here in Texas, it still gets hot this time of year. And I found that if I used any type of adhesive, it would fall off. And then I found if I used a magnet, if it wasn't strong enough, it kept falling off this metal cart. So I decided to use Velcro instead. And then, of course, I can take this piece, put it on the back, and then I can save them for next year. So there's that. I have another little bat here, and then one down there. All right, so let's look at the second portion of the cart. I'll just bring this a little bit closer. So these plastic organizers are also from Michaels. They go along with the Simply Tidy collection of Scrap Room Creative Organization. And they're divided, but you can take these sections out to make the sections bigger. And that's what I did here, is I took one of them out and I just stored it here on the side. So this first one, I took elements out of its packaging. Some of them were half used and whatnot. So all the little embellishments that I plan to use are here, including some Allie Edwards chipboard from those Story by the Month kits. I just went ahead and took those off their backing. I have some cardstock embellishments. I have some labels that I printed last year or maybe a year or so ago from Ellie Studio. I also printed some on vellum. So that gives a nice little texture. Got some die cuts here in the back. Some little spiders from an American Crafts kit. I think it was from Pebbles, actually. Some more little die cuts. Some washi tape from various manufacturers. And I also put in some wood veneer, just in case I want to use it in this album, like Autumn Moments Documented. I love that. Okay. Then over here, I have some fibers. So some ribbon that I picked up probably from Michaels a few years ago. Some twine that I picked up from the dollar spot at Target. So always look there for stuff because you just never know what you'll find. I have some 4x6 pocket cards, which the album that I'm using doesn't take 4x6 pocket cards, at least not on the horizontal. So I think some of these I'll be able to use at least vertically, but not horizontally. And maybe I'll use them in other projects. And I do have an assortment of 3x4 pocket cards as well. And these are all, again, from my stash from various manufacturers. I just pulled everything out that I thought would go with autumn or Halloween. I have more of the decorative ones here and then the journaling ones right down here. And then lastly, here's another little bat. I have some stamps, and I also have a little container with some roller date stamps. And I like to pull these out so I can add dates or add sentiments to the cards. So I pulled out some sentiment ones. I have one more roller date stamp I'm going to pull out from Heidi Swap. And then I went through my stash and pulled out a whole bunch of stamps that I thought I could use for this project. And some autumn and fall, as well as some everyday stamps. Like here's one from Feed Your Craft. These are all out of my stash, nothing new. And I also pulled some letter stamps. I have some larger stamps out here too. Oh wait, that's not a letter stamp. That's something else. I pulled out some letter and number stamps as well, some of the larger stamps. And I just put these in a clear container that I got from a store called At Home. And it used to be called Garden Ridge. And I just set that right there on that third tier. And notice I have space here at the bottom for anything extra. So if I do end up buying something, or if I find something in my stash I want to add to the cart, then I will put it right there or incorporate it in some way on the cart. So that is my holiday cart all decked out for fall and Halloween. Let me get up off the floor. Chunky girl rising. Hold on just a second. So that is my holiday cart for the year. And what will happen is next month I'll transition it to more Thanksgiving, gratitude, that type of thing. And then after that, it'll be transitioned to Christmas time, which I cannot wait. It's one of my favorite holidays. So that is the holiday cart. Now, if you're a Victoria Marie patron, you got a behind the scenes look at how I set up the cart, also my product selections and whatnot, why I decided to do this cart, why I kept some of the items I did and let go of some that I didn't. So you get that behind the scenes exclusive look. So if you want to become a patron and get content like that, make sure you join. The link is in the description. And so I will be sharing more about this cart, definitely on social media, so stay tuned for that. And I think in my weekly newsletter this Friday, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the cart and about this project and why I like doing things like that. Now, of course, I'm extra, and I had to decorate it. That's not something you have to do. So if you're inspired to do something like this, get yourself, first of all, make sure you look at what you already have on hand. Like, don't go out and buy new stuff if you already have a cart and stuff hanging around. We use a lot of these carts throughout my house. Actually, they're all being occupied, so I would have taken one from another room. But I wanted another white one, and I didn't have one. So these were on sale at Michael's, I believe, or at least I was able to use a coupon on it. I can't remember. And I went with white because it can coordinate with any of the colors or decor that I plan to use with it. And it looks really clean in my studio because I have a bunch of white furniture here in my studio. So when I'm not using it, I can just wheel it over here by my curtain. But when I am using it, I can just wheel it right over here to my craft desk, and it helps to keep my surface clean, which is really nice whenever I'm working on a project. So I like working on clean surfaces. All right. So that's the holiday cart, all decked out for October. All right. So now let me switch the camera view again because I'm a pro at this. Let's see here. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have a cart as well. Do you have a little holiday or scrapbooking cart that you like to keep stocked up with the things that you're using, whether it's holiday or not? Let me transition back real quick. Hang on, bear with me just a second. It's hard doing this live sometimes. Let me know if you have a little cart set up or a little area. It may not be a cart. Maybe it's something else that you have set up in your scrappy space of materials that you use for projects that you're currently working on. And bear with me as I get this camera set back up again. Uh-oh, what did I do? What did I do? I somehow have gotten the cord. Huh. What did I do? Okay, hold on just a second, folks. There we go. Bear with me for a second here. Crazy times. Crazy times. And I'm going to read the chat, so hold. Just a moment as I get back together. There we go. Let me get this camera back going. Let me know in the chat whether it's for scrapbooking, maybe it's other creative things that you like working on during this time of year. All right, let's see. Get that done. Christy says, you extra? Never. I'm right there with you. Totally extra. Totally extra. Lisa says, the bats are awesome. Thank you. You know, those bats were designed for a home decor purpose, or like you could do it for home decor type thing, I guess, or you can really use it for any project, honestly. And so when I noticed that I still had some in my stash, I'm like, oh, I'm going to totally use these. I'm going to totally use these to decorate my cart. So there we go. All right, let's transition back. Thanks for bearing with me as I switched up that camera there. Let's see. This is also a really good way if you have little kiddos with you or friends that come over to set up a cart with materials that friends and kiddos and stuff can use. Let's see. Susie asks, where is the box from? Oh, the organizer is from IKEA. And the organizer that was at the top of the cart, that's from IKEA. And I don't know if it's available or not still. I think it was called like Fajala or something like that. But you can find it in the office organization department. I'm thinking in IKEA. I've had that thing for a very, very long time. I know at one point they were selling it in white and then they sold it in gray. So both in white and gray. So I'm not quite sure if it's still available. Emma says the doilies are pretty. Thank you so much. Carol, I don't know where those doilies are at. That was given to me almost 4 years ago, something like that. It's been a while, so I have no clue where those came from. Madeline says, oh, the candy corn alphas. I know, aren't those fun? They're so fun. Let's see. Mary says yes. She has 3 sewing, wreath making, and scrapping. 3 carts devoted to each of those things, or at least 1 to each of those things. That's cool. And it's a really great way to keep things organized for sure. Sarah says she has a We Are Memory Keepers project cart. Love that thing for organizing projects and drawing mixed media. Absolutely. Linda says just finished December Daily 2020 and I'm setting up a travel cart to work on a vacation album. That's fantastic. So lots of people using carts and stuff. Chrissy says, I had a longer one like you had with the shelf for each season, but I outgrew it. So I'm going to keep it and just switch it to a small for the current season. Absolutely. I was going to commandeer the longer one that my daughter has in her room, but then I thought, you know what? I like the smaller cart because it helps me to really focus on the items that I know that I'm going to use versus just filling it with a whole bunch of stuff that I'm probably not going to use. So Barb says, love your cart organization, have the same cart. I put all of my mixed media materials in it. Yes, absolutely. I used to keep my mixed media materials in a blue cart, one of the Razcog carts from IKEA. That cart is now downstairs, but I used to have all my mixed media stuff in there. Sonia says, I have a small scrap space, so I use my cart for current projects. That's a fantastic idea. Hey, Paper Beats Rock Designs. Hello, so glad you're here. Looks like that desk organizer, the Fajala, is no longer available, says Carrie. Thank you so much for letting us know. Apparently, according to Sarah, there's a new one that's been introduced to replace that one. So I would say look in the desk organization or the home office section or whatever it's called at IKEA to see if you can find something similar to that. Or any tiered organizer would work. You just want to make sure that it's the larger part of it's wide enough that you can fit like 12 by 12 papers in, if that's what you want to use it for. All right, so let's talk about the album itself. So I decided for this project, I'm going to use a Citrus Twist Life Crafted album. I did leave a link to this album in the description. If you want to know about measurements for this album, just click on that link and read the product description, and they will tell you what the measurements are for the album, the spine, as well as the inserts that go into the album. So make sure that you check that out. Sarah says that the name of the new one is called, is it Jog? I don't know. I'm butchering it. TJOG is the name of the new organizer from IKEA, if you're interested in that. Okay, so the Citrus Twist Life Crafted album. Now, the reason why I went with this is I wanted something that was more of a traveler's notebook sized project. I love these albums. I have 10 million of them that I've purchased. And I think that they're great for projects like this because it's small enough to where it's not overwhelming, but it's large enough to where you can get some good photos and such in. So the first thing that I've done with this project so far is I've created the first kind of cover page to it. So I took some plaid pattern paper, and I want to say this was from Felicity Jane from last year. It could have been the year before. I don't know. I've had this pattern paper in my stash for a very long time. And then I took some of these leaf die cuts. Ouch. Oh, goodness. I'm about to take off a finger here. I took some of these leaf die cuts that I've had in my stash for eons. And I got these at Michael's. And I cannot remember the name, the brand, I want to say it could have been Michael's own brand. I don't remember. Anyway, so I took some leaves that I've had in my stash, and then I took some from, I want to say this was from Citrus Twist, these little leaves that are right here. They'll look a little bit more modern. Either Citrus Twist or Feed Your Craft. And I just kind of tucked those in and created a stacked cluster of leaves for the cover. I couldn't decide how I wanted to approach this. If I wanted to do something cutesy and fun and super themed, or if I wanted to do something more kind of modern fall autumn type situation with little bits of Halloween fun tapped in. So I kind of went with the latter on this particular project. And also a lot of the products that I have sort of lean more to more modern and clean design. So that's where I decided to go with this layout. Now, some of the pages will be probably more embellished than others, and some will just simply maybe be photo, a little bit of embellishing, and a whole lot of journaling. But I wanted just a simple, clean cover to sort of introduce the project. So the pattern paper, I believe, is Felicity Jane, and then I have some either Feed Your Craft or Citrus Twist leaves, and then these big leaves here in the middle I picked up from Michael some years ago. Then I have this chipboard piece that says October Stories. That's from Allie Edwards, and that's a part of her Stories by the Month kit. She has several monthly kit options that are focused on storytelling, and I subscribe to one where you get 4x6 cards, 3x6 pocket cards, a stamp, and some embellishments. And so I just took this from, I want to say a couple of years ago. I've had this in my stash. I just wanted sort of a kind of a grounding element with some texture with the chipboard, and I just placed that right over the leaves. And I'm going to call the cover page Good. I haven't decided if I want to put anything here on the cover. I know in my December daily, I usually will put like the year of the project or something like that, or a little pocket with something in it. Like, for example, let me see if I can pull one from the previous year so I can give you an example. Hang tight, folks. Here we go. So in my December daily from 2018, this is an unfinished album, but I will finish it next year, is my plan. Inside the cover, I used one of these Starbucks sleeves, cup sleeves, added some adhesive here at the bottom, and then I have these tags that represent my kiddo, me, and my wife. And the idea was I was going to put our ages and kind of what our Christmas wish for was for the year. This particular album I started working on when we moved into our home, and then things got super hectic, so I wasn't able to finish the project, but I am going to finish it next year. So I was just going to slip these right in here and then maybe put little tiny photos on them and some like fibers, and then I added some little snowflakes that I cut out from gold paper, and I just used this little sleeve here to serve as my pocket, and then here's some Allie Edwards stuff. So I hadn't decided if for this album I would do anything similar. Maybe. That's going to be a game time decision. But in my December dailies, I usually love doing this type of thing right inside the cover. And I will be sharing those projects when I get them finished, as you know, once they're done. And you probably won't see those till next year, but I'll definitely be sharing my 2021 projects. Okay, so inside the first page, I have a photo of myself here. And a lot of the photos that I'll probably be taking, or at least featuring in this album, are going to be of me possibly in one of my fall graphic t-shirts. I love graphic tees. That's what I wear pretty much every day. But what I did was I resized the photo to the size of a page that'll fit here, which is usually about 5 by 8 1/4. And I did this in Photoshop. You can do this in other photo editing software applications, whether it's, you know, on an app or on the web. I've been teaching myself how to use Photoshop. So I resized the photo to this size, and I'm going to add some kind of embellishment here. I haven't decided. I have some white space here on the area of the photo where my belly is. And then I started playing around with some pocket cards. So this pocket card, I'm just going to take that off, is from Allie Edwards. It says, sort of spooky, kind of scary, trick or treat yourself, which better have my candy, trick or treat yourself, sort of spooky, kind of scary, very fun. I've already done some journaling where I talk about why I love fall. I'm here for all of it. I'm here for the apple picking. I'm here for the pumpkin spice lattes. You know, I'm here for all the decorating. I just love this time of year. So I went ahead and did a little bit of journaling there, and I'll put the date. Then I have this little puffy pumpkin that's from a sticker sheet from Thickers from the Spooky collection. This came out maybe a couple of years ago, maybe a bit longer. And so I decided just to stick that right on top. It just sort of interrupts that just a little bit, and I'm okay with that. And then on the back, I have some more journaling. Now here's my trick for those of you who don't want to try to figure out how to journal on your pocket cards, is print your journaling on vellum to the size of your pocket card. You can create a text box in like Microsoft Word and scale that text box down. And I do just slightly under 3 by 4, and then just kind of measure out how big you need the text box. Print your journaling on vellum and slap it on your pocket card, and then you don't have to worry about printing on your pocket card. There are ways to do that, running it through your printer, and I do that sometimes as well, but when I don't feel like doing all of that, I'll just print it on some vellum and slap it on a pocket card. And I love type up my journaling. I feel that I'm a better writer when I type versus when I handwrite. So same thing here, and then I have this cute little card that says favorite time of the year, fall colors, blah, blah, blah. Alrighty, so that's kind of starting me out. Then there's probably going to be lots of pages of me and my holiday mugs, my coffee cups. So here's one that I bought, a cup that I purchased from Joann's this past week. It says, this might be booze, B-O-O-S, as in, you know, drinking booze, alcohol booze. This might be booze, but there's a play on words. You get it, right? It's funny. So it's funny stuff. So this is me posing with that cup. I posted this on Instagram. I went ahead and printed this on, and I resized it down to, I think this is 4 by 8. It's in the pocket, one of the Citrus Twist pockets. And this is the standard size. And again, they have all the measurements and their product description. So make sure you click on the link in the description if you want to learn more. And I'll probably add something decorative here. I haven't decided yet. And then I have another photo here on the back of me and Corinne, my daughter. And yesterday, this totally wasn't planned, but we both were wearing our Wicked from the musical Wicked t-shirts that we had purchased when we saw Wicked a month or so ago. And I came out of the room and she was in the kitchen cooking herself some breakfast. And I said, hey, you have a Wicked shirt on. She's like, hey. So anyway, Bree said, I have to take a picture of this. So she took a picture of it. So this is going to go in the album. And I think I might do like a quote or something, or maybe a lyric from one of our favorite songs, and maybe type it out and print it directly on this insert that I trimmed down. This is from Kelly Perky. And she has some Traveler's Notebook sized inserts, but this one was hers are slightly bigger than the Citrus Twist album. So I cut about 1/8 of an inch or more off of it. I just trimmed it up. And so I will probably put a lyric to one of our favorite Wicked songs here, and then maybe some decoration of some sort. And then I have some this pattern paper here on the back is really, really pretty. So I'll just use that as the B-side for the next spread, because it's really, really pretty. And I just love how contemporary that looks, or modern that looks. So there's that. I love this album because it has challenged me to learn how to resize my photos and to be able to scrapbook in things in different formats. Now, these albums have different types of pockets that you can choose from. In fact, there's the pockets with the multiple 2x2 size squares. There's one that has a 4x6 and 3x4 and a 3x4. There's one that has a 4x6 by 2 inches. So the pocket variations of the styles are vary a little bit. Let me go to the chat real quick because I see some things coming up. Cover page is stunning. Thank you so much. Love the coffee sleeve pocket idea. Absolutely. I usually keep a bunch of those things this time of year to include in these projects. Sarah says, will you use liquid for the stickers outside of the page protector? No. What I will use is tape runner or double-sided tape to adhere these to the pockets. Because, of course, this plastic is not porous. If I was going to use any type of liquid adhesive, it would be hot glue. But even then, hot glue has a tendency, particularly in warmer temperatures, to dry but not necessarily hold products or items. So I choose to use either tape runner or double-sided tape. And this already had adhesive on it, so I could just stick it right to it. And this is a foam embellishment. So this is not moving. It's not going anywhere. But no, I would not use liquid on it. It's not porous. What paper do you print your photos on? I use a Canon glossy photo paper, And then I also have an Epson brand of photo paper that I will print on as well. The Epson for my Epson PictureMate Charm, and then the Canon for my my Craft all-in-one printer, which is a large format printer. I tend to use the printer paper that goes with the printer. So Canon and Epson. Love the leaf cover. Thank you so much. Thank you. I think that was a good start to this project. Alrighty, so I think what I want to do is, while I have you live, is to at least figure out this little cluster here. And I think I just want to do something simple. I also am going to put kind of the, not date, maybe the day that, like story 1, story 2, story 3. So I'm going to figure out how to do that somewhere within this project. So what I was thinking is, let me see if I can find it. I was going to add something to this little pumpkin, like a number 1 to represent story 1, but it is glitter, so I'm worried about anything staying on there because it's hard to adhere stuff to glitter. It's probably not going to stay on, but I kind of like that idea of having something there. I also like the idea of having something over here and then doing like day 1 or something, or story 1, not day 1, story 1, so I'm not doing this, you know, daily. So I like that idea too. And there's a stamp here that says today's top story that I thought about using in some way. All right, so let me get my embellishments out. I kind of like that too. Autumn stories, autumn moments documented. I like how that kind of fills up that white space. I could also bring it over here and offset it, but I think I kind of like it in the middle. That might be a contender there, folks. Maybe to the side. Make it pop a little bit. That might work. And then I can figure out if I'm gonna, you know, do the day. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm digging through my little organizer here. And the cool thing about the organizer is I could just take it off of my cart and put it here on my desk and just work away. Just work away. You're welcome, Carol. Absolutely. I'm really liking this whole situation here. I also have a bunch of these embellishments from Ali Edwards. And what I do is I just take them off of their chipboard packaging, and they already have adhesive on them. You just pull off the strip. That's another option. But I really like this wood veneer piece. I kind of like it off-centered like this. Yeah, I like it on the side. It's nice on the side with the circle frame. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Sarah says, awesome, thanks for answering. I struggle with adhesives, losing the stick over here in Florida. Oh yeah, Florida for sure. In hot temperature areas, particularly areas where we get a lot of humidity and stuff, adhesive is just, trying to find the right adhesive to use on your projects can be very, very hard, for sure. Love your organizer for your month-long project. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, Amy. Okay, so I'm thinking what I'm going to do. I'm not going to overthink this because remember, we're just keeping things simple. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this die-cut circle. This is from Ellie's Studio. I'm going to put that right on my photo. And then, because this is a wood veneer piece, and I don't want to fall off, I'm going to break out my Barely Art Precision Glue. And just add some glue. Hopefully it'll come out. I'm finding that some of my adhesives are performing slightly different. There was weeks when this room was 100 degrees without my AC. I was not in the room when it was 100 degrees. We left for a hotel. And I was trying to work from our local library and coffee shop. And, you know, there's only so much you can do when you work remotely. Yeah, I'm definitely doing the wood veneer for sure. All right, let me see if I can get, oh, there we go. I just had to get that going, get the glue going there. Just going to put a little bit of glue so that I can adhere it. There we go. Barely Art Precision Glue is my favorite of all time liquid adhesives, besides my old tried and true Tombow liquid adhesive. I have lots of liquid adhesives. Lots and lots. Let me know in the comment section, do you enjoy simple and clean scrapbook projects? Are you more of a embellishing is more, or maybe somewhere in the middle? I like to say that I'm somewhat in the middle. There's some projects that I just need simple and clean, and some I like to do the most. Let me know where you fall. All right, so I want to add some enamel dots. Let's see. How do I feel about that? Is this crowding it too much? Whoa, careful there, Victoria. Nope. I usually like enamel dots on my projects. Maybe it's just not landing right. Oh, come on, little dot. I thought about adding some texture to this by adding some enamel dots. I think those will be just fine. Right there. Okay. So that spread is pretty much done. And then I'll figure out if I want to add like a number somewhere. I really want to add a number here. I might, you know what? I think on this glitter, I might have to use some hot glue or something. Let me know what adhesive works well on glitter. I'm hearing things to glitter. I've never been able to figure that out. Hey Tiffany, what's going on? Amy says, I wanted to try that adhesive. I need adhesive soon. I'm going to have to try the Barely. Yes, try the Barely Art Glue. It's fantastic. Maybe tuck a vellum tag in there or a leaf or two. I'm still struggling with layers. Layers are one of those things that you just have to keep doing until it feels good and comfortable to you. It took me years to figure out my layering style. All right, Paper Bell says, I'm definitely clean or simple, clean, and linear. Emma says, what I like and what my hands do are not always the same, so it varies. I definitely relate to that. Definitely relate to that. Simple and clean because I have a hard time layering it up. And, you know, you can do simple and clean layers, too. You know, it doesn't have to be like this huge layered extravaganza. You can do very clean with some white space and add in some layers for interest. You can definitely do that. Let's see. Minimalist. I think that's the aesthetic. I admire most other people's work, but my pages end up all over the map. Most of my layouts are simple and clean. See a lot of simple and clean folks. Nuvo wet glue, yes, Nuvo is another one. Art glitter glue, yes, we brought that up there. Absolutely, absolutely. We brought that up before the art glitter glue. Maybe we talked about that in one of the virtual retreats. Okay, so I'm going to consider this done. I'm going to figure out how I can put a number there. So I'm really committed to that. Let me see if I can. Maybe another. No, that is, oh, it does have numbers. I think that'll work. Oh, yeah, there we go. This is Thicker's Delight font stickers. I'm just going to put a little number 1 there. And that should stay. And we're going to call that page done. Okay. Now, I have this pocket card here that I want to embellish. So I'm going to pull this one out. And I think that, oh, it's all one card. And I think what I want to do, let me go over to my embellishments. I think what I want to do, is some type of wood veneer situation, or maybe a pumpkin. Maybe maybe a pumpkin. There's also chipboard piece. I just want to do something simple on there. Let's see, I have, let me look at my cut aparts. What I'm looking for is a little tag that I think would look cute to go there. So I'm looking at my stuff real quick, bear with me. So here is a 12 by 12 sheet from the Spooky collection by Pebbles. And I like this particular one. I thought maybe that will look cute on there. So let's cut it out and find out. Because the only way you know if it's going to work is if you just start cutting stuff out, right? Okay, so let's cut that out. This tag. This is a really great way to get some mileage from those cut apart sheets, right? That we all probably have. And we probably don't use. Although I might use this in a different way. I'm not sure yet. Let's see. Let's see where we go with this Victoria. And the cool thing is about this little cart, the way that I have it set up is I can just stick all my scraps in there. And then I can reach for them when I need them. So I'm just going to cut this as straight as I can. I don't have an eye for straight, so my stuff usually ends up wonky. But that's all right. My thought was that I was going to put the tag like something like this. And then put like a little pumpkin there. Something like that. Let's see. What I want to do next is find the hole puncher. And let's just punch that out. That's probably bigger of a hole puncher than what I wanted, but it is going to be what it is. And put that there, maybe like that. And then I can put the number here, like the number 2 or something like that. Yes, darling, that sounds amazing. So let's find ourselves a number 2. And it doesn't have to be the same font, it can be something different. Let me see, did I not pull out a whole bunch of little letter fonts? I should have. Here is some LA Studio Jane Tile Alphas. That might work. I'm playing off the blue that's already on the card. So let's pull that out and give that a try, because you never know until you give it a try, right? I'm going to grab another number 1. Let's see if that is going to fit right. Or no, number 2. This is day 2. Or story 2. Story 2. Something like that. Let's give it a shot. How about we put some twine on this one? Give me a second. Let me grab some twine. All right. I had none of this planned, so you guys get to see Victoria Marie create in the raw. Live, baby. Let's get some of this twine. I'm going to need some more black and white twine. You know what? I take that back. I probably have some black and white twine sitting in my craft closet somewhere, so let me not even lie and say I'm going to get some more, because I probably have some already. Let's wrap this around this tag. How about that? Nice, clean, these little details, right? It doesn't have to be a big extravaganza. And particularly with a project like this, when you're just like doing highlights, or even if you were doing this daily, which some people are. I know my friend Ashley Horton's doing it daily. Paige Evans is doing it daily. Of course, those ladies, if you're not following them on Instagram, they have some amazing October daily spreads in their albums. Absolutely gorgeous. All these little details add so much interest to a project like this. All right, let's go ahead and get that on the card. Just gonna do it like that. Get that as centered as I can before I commit. Okay, I can bring that down just a teeny bit. Okay. It's going to go there. Okay, sure. Let's do that. Then we will just trim it. Okay. And then let's add some adhesive to that. Cool. And now I have this cute little decorative journaling card. I can use this for something else. I'm just going to set that to the side. And let's go ahead and put that into the pocket. And now I have a little decorative pocket there. Again, using items from my stash, folks. Like, save yourself some money. Use your stash. See what you can create. All right. So there's that. I need to put the date, clearly. I need to put the date on this one, too. But there's that. That's kind of cute, right? I like that. That's kind of cute. Now I'm trying to decide, do I want to put something here? I had a wood veneer piece that said coffee. I don't know where it's at. So I think what I want to do is try to look for that wood veneer piece, because I think that would be fun to put coffee right there. Because it does look like I'm hopped up on coffee, which, by the way, I shared on Instagram a few months back, or maybe not even a few months back, maybe a couple months back, that I was having acid reflux issues. And so I have recently switched to a decaf and almond milk and oat milk creamer from Starbucks, and that's helped. So I can still enjoy coffee, albeit not the major caffeine punch as normal coffee. I can still enjoy coffee, but maybe not to the extent that I was before. And I only have 1 cup versus the 2 or 3 cups I was having per day. I really like this chipboard piece. It says super great time, because I look like I'm having a super great time there, because I am. I love my new cup. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. Now that I'm thinking about that coffee die cut that I'm thinking about, that wood veneer piece, I probably have already used it. Okay. So I'm going to put the date here, but I think that's going to be done for that. So the only other thing that I'm going to do, I won't do it today because I got to print it out, but for this one, I think I'm going to do some type of layered cluster here with some lyrics from Wicked, and then do like a little witch hat. And I think I have a witch hat, either chipboard piece or something around here, and do a little witch hat to kind of represent Elphaba from Wicked, and put that there. I think that's what I'll do. Okay, so far with this project, I've got the cover page done. I've got day 1, or story 1, rather, story 1. The little autumn wood veneer piece, a couple little enamel dots. I found a little number 1 to represent story number 1. That's a little thickers, what do you call it, foam sticker. And then story number 2, which is about me shopping at Joann's, and I found an assortment of Halloween themed cups and tumblers. Lord knows I don't need another themed muggy, but this one, along with the other 3, I did buy 3 that day, or 4 that day versus 1, had to come home with me. It's cheesy and awesome, and I couldn't pass it up. This might be booze. Went ahead and added a wood veneer piece here that I've had in my stash for like ever, and then used one of those LE Studio little tiled fonts, and then a little chipboard piece from Ali Edwards. So notice how all these things are from different collections. Like this is Ali, or this is Ali, this is LE Studio, this is Paper Person, Pebbles. I can't remember where the wood veneer is from, and then LE Studio again. So you can coordinate all these different things to have, to create really, really fun projects. So I think later today or tomorrow, then I'll work on story number 3. And then I probably won't, no, I have another page I'm going to do that's about our favorite holiday movies for this time of the year, this particular month during October. I have a 3x4 pocket card. This is Hocus Pocus, and Hocus Pocus is one of our favorite movies. So I'm going to put that there. Do a page about that and our favorite movies, and then I'll probably do one about, just specifically about my different holiday mugs. So I have some ideas of some stories I'm going to add to. So I'll probably work on this a little bit more over the weekend as I'm collecting stories and stuff. So anyway, that is my October daily album. in a nutshell, so far, I really, really love how this is coming together. It's nice, clean, and simple. Again, some pages will be super embellished, others won't. I'm really focused on just stories and memories and just having fun. And if this has inspired you to create your own October daily album, or October occasionally, or October highlights, or autumn highlights, or fall stories, or whatever it may be, share it with us. Join the Victoria Marie Facebook group, which is back, by the way. The link should be down in the description, where you can find Victoria Marie on YouTube. And share it with us. We would love to see what you're making. Tag me on Instagram at Victoria Marie Scraps. So there we go, folks. That is it. That is all she wrote. Let me go to the chat real quick. Such a cute album. Thank you. Love your ideas and themes. Like favorite movies and songs. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm a French press girl. 1 cup in the morning is all you need for the day. Well, for a French press, absolutely. Absolutely. Linda says, I love the way you have your organizer set up. Was that one from Michael's? Yes. So these little dividers here are from Michael's, and you can even take out a section. One of these little dividing parts. Actually, you can take out both of these to make the section bigger. So if you want to put like pocket cards or something like that, or planner stickers or whatnot, you'll do that. Kathy asked, will you decorate the cover? No. I stopped decorating the covers of my albums because they go on my bookshelf and stuff was starting to fall off of them. So I've stopped doing that over the years. So no, this will remain just uncovered, undecorated cover. Love the album. Thank you. These are from Citrus Twist. Citrus Twist Life Crafted album, and there's a link in the description for you. Love the embellishment organization. Thank you so much. Thank you. And you know what? When you take the things out of the packaging and you can organize it in a way that you can see it, it makes it easier for you to go through and look at what you have, and easier to put stuff back once you've used it. But I can just go here and just dig through and pick out an embellishment and use it on the project and see all of what I have in one fell swoop. So, all right, folks, that's all I have for you today. Do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already here to the Victoria Marie YouTube channel. Would love to have you as a subscriber. When you do, click the bell. That way you'll be notified each and every time a new video and when we go live is posted. So make sure you check that out. Also, if you haven't already, there's ways to engage with the Victoria Marie Designs community via Facebook, Instagram. Make sure you check it out there. I also have a Patreon membership community. So if you're interested in exclusive content as well as ongoing craft education, we have a lot of fun in that community. Make sure that you check out that. It's the link is down in the description below. And then the links to the cart, inserts, and the album are also in the description as well. And if you like today's live, give it a thumbs up. That'll let YouTube know that you had a lot of fun today. Can I show the crafty organizer to the side? Yes, this is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see that or not, but this is what it looks like on the side. On the side. So it's kind of tiered and kind of leans forward. This is what it looks like on the side. And you can find this on the Michael's website. Okay, there you go. All right, make sure you hit that like button. Let YouTube know that you liked it here. And I will see you guys next week. Not sure what I'm working on next week. It could be more October Daily. It could be something else. I'm not quite sure. But as always, it'll be fun. So make sure you come and check me out. Love you all. Have a great day. Bye-bye.